Preterito perfecto. We use this tense to talk about experiences in the past, positive or negatives, which means experiences that we have had or experiences that we didn't have. So to form this tense, we need the verb haber plus participio. The verb haber is like the verb to have. So that it's clear for you, I'm going to tell you an example in English. For example, in this tense, in Preterito perfecto. Have you ever traveled to France? No, I have never traveled to France. Just like that, I'm talking about an experience that I didn't have, but still talking about experiences. Now, just like that, we need the verb haber, conjugated, as, a, hemos, habéis, an. Depending on the personal pronoun. Remember, even if in English it's always necessary to mention the personal pronoun, that doesn't happen all the times in Spanish, because since conjugations in Spanish are usually different among them, we can understand what subject or what personal pronoun we are talking about just by seeing the conjugation. We mention the subject just when we want to make an emphasis on the subject or when we have the name of the person. For example, if we want to say, Elena has eaten pancakes this morning. Elena ha comido panqueques esta mañana. In that case, yes, we mention the subject, but if we don't make an emphasis or if we don't have the name, it's not necessary. So for the verb haber, here we have the conjugations, and then we need a participio, a participle. The participle, for example, in the example I said before, Elena has eaten pancakes this morning. Eaten is a participle, the participio. So how do we form participles in Spanish? It depends if the verb is regular or irregular. If the verb is regular, like most of verbs are in Spanish, then it's super easy. Look at this. Most of participles in Spanish end in ado or ido. So how do we form them? We just need to get rid of the endings ar, and ir, and then we add ado or ido. For example, hablar, to talk or to speak. We get rid of ar, and we add the ending ado. So for verbs that are regular ending in ar, we get rid of the ending and we add ado. So the participle is hablado. Then we have the verb beber, which means drink. Beber ends in er. We get rid of er, the ending, and we add ido. Just like that, we have the participle, which is bebido. Verbs ending in ir, same thing. We get rid of the ending, and we add as well ido. Just like that, we have vivido, which is a participle for the verb vivir, that means to live. Now, of course, we have some irregularities, just like everything in Spanish, but we'll see them in the next slide. So for now, we can say, for example, he hablado, I have spoken, he hablado con Marta esta mañana. I have spoken with Marta this morning. And here we have some marcadores temporales, which are words that help us understand when the action happened or is happening or will happen. For example, esta mañana, this morning, últimamente, lately, alguna vez, like sometime, or have you ever, it's mostly like sometime, todavía, no, or aún no, not yet, hace un rato, it's like a while ago, recientemente, recently, hace 24 horas, for example. This one is super interesting because hace is like ago. So if I say hace 24 horas, that means 24 hours ago. But I can also say hace 2 días, 2 days ago, hace un año, 1 year ago, hace 20 años, 20 years ago. Hoy, today, siempre, always, nunca, never, ya. Ya is like already. Slide, you can see the participios irregulares, irregular participles, are those ones that are not ending in ado or ido. Por ejemplo, poner, puesto, put, or to place. Escribir, escrito, to write. Hacer, hecho, to do or to make. And so on, we have the most common irregular verbs in this tense in Spanish. Now, just as a review, when do we use this tense? To talk about acciones pasadas en un tiempo relacionado con el presente o para hablar de experiencias o acciones pasadas. The second point is the one that I already told you in the beginning, to talk about experiences, positive experiences or negative experiences. For example, ¿alguna vez has ido a Brasil? Have you ever been to Brazil? Sí, ya he estado en Brasil. Yes, I have been in Brazil. Or no, todavía no he ido a Brasil. No, I haven't been to Brazil yet. And here we can see another usage for this tense. Acciones pasadas en un tiempo relacionado con el presente. Like past action somehow related to the present tense. Por ejemplo, esta mañana he desayunado un café con leche y 2 tostadas. This morning, I have had for breakfast a coffee with milk and 2 toasts. That's an action that happened in the past because that already happened this morning. But still, this is related to the present tense because esta mañana, this morning, is part of today. That's how it is related to the present tense because that's part of today. The second example, este año no han viajado mucho. This year, they haven't traveled a lot. I am talking about like something in the past, but still related to the present tense because I'm again talking about something that is still happening, like este año, this year, I'm still in this year. That's why this is related to the present tense. And here we have an activity related to this tense, Preterito Perfecto. Here we talk about the winter, about the invierno. And we can ask each other some questions and respond in this tense. Por ejemplo, mirar una película navideña. Here you will see the verb in infinitive, so in the not conjugated form, but I'm going to conjugate it for you. Mirar una película navideña, to watch a Christmas movie. So I can ask you, ¿alguna vez has mirado una película navideña? Have you ever watched a Christmas movie? ¿Alguna vez has mirado? Listen how it goes from mirar to mirado. And the last example, cantar villancicos. Cantar villancicos means to sing carols, like Christmas songs. So, ¿alguna vez has cantado villancicos? Have you ever sung carols?